Who's the face of lawsuit abuse? It's your next-door neighbor, small business people in towns around the country. It's citizens of every race, creed, and age. 83% of Americans say frivolous lawsuits are a serious problem. Battling a tough economy is hard enough. Abusive lawsuits make the job even tougher for all of us. Visit facesoflawsuitabuse.org to find out more. Find the power. Stop the abuse.
Okay, so we're here with Bryan Quigley, who's the Senior Vice President for Strategic Communications here at the U.S. Chamber Institute for Legal Reform. We're going to talk a little bit about a real cool online effort they've been doing for the past couple years called Faces of Lawsuit Abuse. And Bryan, I want you to tell us a little bit about the program and how it came about and how it's doing.
Well, we started this program in response to an extensive message testing that we did looking into what people's views were of lawsuits and who gets sued and sort of the whole culture around lawsuits in this country. And one of the things that we found was that while most people were very concerned about the culture of lawsuits in this country, the number of lawsuits and how they negatively affect people, and while most people were not overly sympathetic to those in the plaintiff's bar that are perpetrating, I think, the excesses of the litigation system, that they really didn't think about how it affected them. And so the Faces of Lawsuit Abuse campaign is designed to put a real-life face on the problem of abusive lawsuits by showing small business owners, individual families who have gone through some of these very difficult lawsuits that I think many people, after viewing these, would consider to be abusive and unfair. And that's really the goal of this campaign.
And we're going to edit some videos into this video as well to show exactly some of these videos, but some of them actually pull at the heartstrings and are pretty makes you realize how tough it is on these folks.
Exactly. I mean, we have everything from the small dry cleaners that immigrated to this country from South Korea, to the family whose 7-year-old son was in a minor ski accident and was sued by a 60-year-old man, to a small employer in Louisiana who has been overrun by more than 100 lawsuits on a product that he didn't manufacture and was not the end user of. So we have a variety of stories, and each of these stories I think tells a different, very personal account of what lawsuits have done to themselves, their families, their businesses.
And you're pushing it out on email, Facebook. You've run some of these in ads. How's it doing in terms of sheer numbers and audience?
The numbers on this, we measure success primarily by the number of times these videos are viewed by an individual online. So in little less than a year and a half since we launched, we have been viewed more than 3.2 million times and growing every day. And you know, we look at the statistics about how many people come to the website and how long they stay online with us, and how long they actually watch the videos, and so we're very pleased with the success of this program.
Cool. Well, I'm going to edit some in a little bit later, but maybe just give a quick sneak peek at the screen here and what people can find when they come to the site.
All right. So if they go to the home page, and you'll see here that Mike Carter, owner of Monroe Rubber and Gasket, is the featured story, and there are a number of other stories that you can see here as we scroll down of different individuals. And you know, one of the things that you can do is simply click on, this is the skier lawsuit, and watch the video, and the screen will come up. And you can see that this is on YouTube as well, so it's back-ended on YouTube.
It could almost be crippling. I think when somebody threatens your 7-year-old boy and your family and other things are involved, it becomes almost all-encompassing.
Cool.
So it gives you a flavor of the website. and then here you've got the story in written form that you could read. We try to be creative about how we tell these stories, and we pull the most interesting quotes that are from the video. We try to create an interesting headline that we think helps people, draw people in, and they watch. They want to see what the story is here. And then of course you can share the video with a friend, share the story with a friend. You can, as I mentioned before, you can send us your own story. You can click on Stay Informed, and you can enter in your contact information, and you can get regular updates on what's going on. Then the other thing that is interesting here is we're constantly compiling stories in the news of recent lawsuits, and here you have a compendium of very interesting sort of sometimes strange cases that are in the news recently. Prisoner sues Oregon County over forced religion. Man sues book over most litigious crown, and different things like that. So this is almost a one-stop shop for all things abusive or frivolous lawsuits and information on those things.
Cool. And you can check it out at facesoflawsuitabuse.com.
Facesoflawsuitabuse.com or .org. Either one will get you there.
Cool.
That's the site.
Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Basketball Town was a special events facility for basketball, volleyball, various sporting events where kids and families could come and spend time after school and on the weekends in a positive athletic environment. At Basketball Town, we offer birthday parties for kids. We had one scheduled for a little boy. They have a choice of scheduling the birthday parties upstairs in the upper deck lounge or downstairs in the lower game area, and there was no preference given. Once we found out through the family that one of the guests expected was in a wheelchair, we actually offered to move the party downstairs, and they declined. Months later, we were served with a lawsuit. For Basketball Town, ADA compliance was important to us, and we were in compliance with ADA regulations, but it didn't stop them from suing us. Finally, as a result of all the legal fees associated with the lawsuit, we had no choice but to close the facility. And if it can close an entire facility that's meant to benefit children and families, it can hurt anyone. And that has to stop.